chant with me.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two ends. One is the beginning and the second is the destination. In GPS, these 2 points are necessary. And we must know about it. Once somebody called me and said, Swamiji, I want to come to your place. Can you tell me the directions? I said, yes, I can. Tell me, where are you? Why you should worry where I am? I said, I'm so sorry. So now listen, note down. Go to Sao Paulo and from there catch a flight to come to Washington DC. Then via Alaska go to Moscow and from there go to China and from there come to Calcutta. Swamiji, why are you telling like this? I said, I don't know, where are you from? How can I tell you? See? So if we want to use any path, we must have clarity about these two things. Where we are and what is the destination. Simple. So the problem is, we have two choices. Which is the destination and which is the point of beginning? Here Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi is there. So, from Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi's standpoint, our destination is his point of origin. One person asked him that, Sir, I want to study Upanishad and want to know the truth. Very good, go ahead. Can you tell me how many Upanishads I have to study? So Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi's replies used to be unique. So he asked, do you shave any time? So that person thought, probably my intelligent question was not understood by him. So, sir, I am asking you something about study of Upanishad. Yes, I understood your question. Now you reply my question. Do you shave? Yes. How many mirrors are required to see your face? One is enough. See? And when you uh, take an object and when you take a mirror, what is the difference of looking at them? We look at the object and we want to know more and more about the object, is it not? Swamiji, what is that? Oh, that is a Bluetooth mic. Oh, what is the make? Where it is available? Is it available on Amazon? So, because we are looking at the object. But when you are looking at the mirror, do we look at the mirror or we look in the mirror? Think. We don't look at the mirror, we look in the mirror. And in the mirror, do we see the reflection or we see ourselves? See, we are seeing the reflections, but in that reflection, we see ourselves. Therefore, when we are standing in front of the mirror in the morning, if we get up, then take the toothpaste, toothbrush, stand before the mirror and and then apply the toothpaste there to ourselves. Everyday's experience, is it not? What we have learned. Therefore, where from we want to start? So naturally, we can start from where we are. So you have to find out yourself where you are. Nobody can help you. You have to find out where are you. Then we come to know we are in a place what is called possessions. Things are possessed. And with the beings we are related. So where are we lost? If we are lost in the material possessions, our GPS will be different. If we are lost in the relational existence, our GPS will be different. And if we have sufficiently withdrawn from these possessions and relations, then our journey will start from what I think that I am to what actually I am. So the spiritual practice is beginning your journey from the virtual I and conclude in the actual I. It's so simple. Therefore, if we are too much obsessed with the worldly things, then to us we will be told, look here, you have to follow Dharma Shastra. What is Dharma Shastra? Satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyayanma pramadaha, acharyaya priyam dhanamahrutya prajatantum ma vyavachetsi. Satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam, bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Matrudevo bhava, pitrudevo bhava, acharya devo bhava, atithi devo bhava. Follow that. Because it's very important. And that is why most of the grahasthas have this particular objection. Swamiji, it is okay for you, you are a Swami, but we are Grahasthas. Is it a qualification? Like in India, the um, positions are reserved not for the qualified people, but for the unqualified people because of quota system. In the same manner, on the spiritual path, should there be a quota? If you are married, you don't have to do this thing, you can directly get realized. And those who are not married suffer, suffer. Why? Realization. Therefore, please remember, there is no special status for any one of us when we are walking spiritual path. So, find out what we think we are. So, we very clearly understand this, what we are at a given period of time. If we can understand this, a person approached Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi and said, Sir, I heard you are realized. So I also want to realize. So tell me what I have to do. So Bhagwan asked him, Who are you? Then he started telling, My name is MacDonald. I didn't ask your name. Who are you? I am Australian. I didn't ask your nationality. I am engineer. I didn't ask your professional status. I am Catholic. I didn't ask your religious affiliation. Who are you? How important it is. Then we come to know who suffers in this world, not anything outside. The one who suffers is not the world, like this house. You must have bought this house or constructed? Bought it? Bought it, okay. So, when this house was sold by the earlier person, thank God I got good, margin in that, I purchased for $100 and I sold it for $1,000. Oh. And then you are happy, I got a new house. House is laughing. Yeah. Whosoever comes and goes, how does it matter? So, who is happy, who is miserable? Is the house happy and miserable? No. How important it is to recognize experiences happen in the mind. Experiences happen in the mind. And the quality of the experience directly proportionate to the quality of the mind. Once I was having a dinner somewhere and somebody sent me a message. And I saw that message and put the phone. We were so many of us having a nice lunch and some bhajan kirtan and urdhva moolam shakam, all the paraphernalia done. And then we all sat for eating food. And we enjoyed everything. And then when we went out, I told other, you keep away. I want to go with the host. Don't come. Then after going to my car, I told him, I said, keep cool. Don't get excited. Don't get disturbed. This is what life is. Swamiji, what are you telling? I don't understand. I said, you will understand immediately. I showed him that message. There was some bad event happened in his family. So when the mind was in a joyful mood, the experience will be different. When he read that message, immediately, Swamiji, I said, now go away, leave me alone, do whatever you like. What should I do? I said, look here, if you have studied and if you consider yourself to be a spiritual seeker, remember, death is not the end of life. Who died? See, friends, I am a man, I become a son with reference to my father. I become a husband with reference to my wife. I become a father with reference to my son. Now, if my father dies, who am I? I cannot be a son without a father. But who is miserable? This son is miserable, who doesn't exist. Then, second, my wife dies, therefore I give my example. I have killed my wife number of times. Fictitious only. So when my wife died, then I, the husband, what happened to him? Nothing. He never existed. When my son dies, what happens to me, the father? Nothing. Because without the son, how can I be a father? Then we come to know that all those who are going through good and bad experiences are those buddies who do not exist. See, friends, if we recognize this simple principle, then we will recognize, understand what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. We cannot talk without reference to something or the other. And our being is without any reference. See, I am Indian, reference Indian passport. I am Australian, reference Australian passport. I am Tamilian, reference Tamil Nadu. I am a Punjabi, reference Punjab. We all know only referential existence. But the truth is, when I left the Indian nationality and adopted your Australian nationality, I, the Indian, did he die? See? This is so simple, my friends, that that which appears under certain conditions is an appearance and not the reality. See? So when I is son, husband, father, when the conditions because of which I, one man, has become three, when these three conditions are removed, then what happened to I, the son, I, the husband, I, the father? Nothing. But if I, the man, he dies, what will happen to the three? Nothing. See, friends, they cannot exist without me, but I can be without them. Therefore, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's approach is this. In one university somewhere in India, after my talk was over, all young students, probably engineering college, and one student got up after my talk. Sir, I got a question. So I kept quiet. Who am I? I kept quiet. He said, this was the question asked by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. I want to know that. I said, should I tell you the truth or a bluff? I have got both answers. He said, for a change, tell the truth. So I told him, you are a fool of the highest order. Do you mean Ramana Maharshi? I said, no, he didn't ask me this question. Who am I? You cannot ask to others. You have to find out. See, I take food and go ask this girl, Hey, excuse me, Mama, is my stomach full? No, the subjective experience. Who am I? Nobody can teach you. You have to discover yourself. We are covered by possessions. We are covered by relations. And we are buried under the burden of possessions and relations. And then, after some time, we start taking that to be real. These are so simple things, friends, not difficult. You have to become little alert while interacting with the world. When a girl gets a divorce, does she become a widow? Who is a widow? When the husband dies. What is a divorce? She is left with no husband. Now the question is this. This question was asked to me by one girl. So her mother said, "You go and ask Swamiji, don't argue with me." So she came. She says, "Swamiji, you know I am divorced." Now question is whether I am widow or not a widow. And I have studied all the four Vedas. Nowhere this question is answered. Can you separate the man from the husband? Husband, man. Can you separate the wife from the woman? Upanishad says, when we sleep, that time who we are. There we are neither mother, father, brother, husband, wife. That husband who does not dare look at even the eyes of his own wife when they sleep together at night, that time where from the courage comes. He snores so loudly. Grrr, grrr. Before his wife, he doesn't open his mouth. Where from the courage comes? Now I have no more husband. See, my friends, therefore, we have to decide where from we start our journey. You have to find yourself. Nobody can tell us. If you have these worldly things very important, nothing wrong. Work hard, live inspired life, be productive, create wealth. See? Nothing wrong in that. But be sincere to your own conscience. See? And in this you will discover one day, if you become little aware, human mind cannot remain attracted towards the same thing, the same being all through life. And that mind makes us dance here and there. Like most of you, when you come from India, get settled here, but you are still hanging around India, India, India. Be here 100%. There is a friend of mine, Sardarji, in Newcastle. Now that boy, he was small. Now he is a doctor and ready to get married. So when I went for the first time, maybe 10, 15 years before, so I asked him, I said, "Hey, you asked me to play football, it's enough. Now I ask you a question. Do you go to India?" "Yes, we go." "Tell me something new about India, what I do not know." He gave the best answer. "Therefore, all of you and your children are my guru. I learn from you." You know what that child told? "Swamiji, we go every year to India. And when we are in India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. Why don't you go there? If you are here, remain 100% here. एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए. See, friends, this is spiritual life. But we are unable to recognize this. Therefore, when we are clear about spiritual life, remember this principle. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. First principle. Now, in this life, you work hard, earn money, enjoy. Nothing wrong in that. But be sincere to your own mind. Can our mind get attracted toward the things all the time? It cannot. For the first time, when you get anything, we get so much involved. Like for the first time, you get a phone, and then you have nice cover, and then every time, no, 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 no. Afterwards, a car goes over that. See, friends, how simple it is to learn. Don't dance to the tune of the mind. And how to do that? Learn. Learning is the only process where we have stepped on the right path of spirituality. Not doing, but learning. And second thing, nobody can teach us. See? But what happens normally? We people, we go before the Mahatmas and stand as a challenge. Now, try to teach me, huh? So many Mahatmas have come and gone. They failed. Now you try. No, don't give a challenge to the Mahatmas. We have to learn. And when you learn, you will never forget it. But normally what happens? We don't learn. We react. This is another important point in spiritual life. When we go through an experience, there are two possibilities. One possibility is we get influenced by that experience in the form of joy or sorrows. We like something, we don't like something. Or, second thing, from the same experience we learn. Now, a common example, in childhood we have sometimes touched the fire, our fingers got burnt. So, now what is the impact of this experience? Do we have like or dislike for the fire? We don't have. Because we have learned fire burns. Then we start thinking. Fire is the thing which burns. Therefore, how should we interact with the fire? To get again burnt or to encash, harvest the burning ability of the fire to my benefit? Think. What we do? We do the second thing because we have learned. Now apply this principle. One Gujarati family in San Jose, California, they called me for food. The wife had gone for work, she could not stay. So husband, I went there and I said, come on, get the food ready. Swamiji, will you please wake up my son? There is nothing like free dinner in this world. They want to get the work done through us. So I can't say no. So I went to his room. In a king size bed, he was sleeping diagonally in a bhujangasana. Time 12:30 afternoon. So I saw that and I was afraid. Bhujangasana, who knows? Swamiji, what happened? I said, no, he may not be well, therefore he's sleeping. So I mean, he's all right. He's always like that. And then the Mahabharata started. I said, Ram, Ram, Ram. One spiritual practice which I do, I am telling you. I should not tell, but I am telling you. You must have an art of changing the topic instantaneously. When you are watching something on the TV which you don't like, you change it. Exactly the same way. When people ask nonsense questions, I change the topic immediately. So, when he said like this, immediately I told him, I said, यार खाने को क्या बनाया? I did allow further discussion on that Rakshasa sleeping over there. And I said, you also join. No, no, you take food. I said, okay, I come for it, I eat. And then he started, Swamiji, I don't know what to do, this son. When, again, this is typical of you people. Back home, when we were in India, see, my father, when he used to come to my room, I used to run to other room out of respect and reverence. Now, my son comes to my room, I run out of my room out of fear. What is life? I said, you are born to run. Run or run. But why this is happening? I said, look here, how many brothers, sisters you are? Swamiji, I am alone. So when you came to this country, that time, didn't your father tell you, beta, why are you going there? We have got such a huge mansion in Bombay, such big business, lot of money. Why you go there? Why don't you stay here itself? You must have told, Dad, you don't understand. There is no opportunity in India. Yes, Swamiji, what you are telling is true. I said, he is your son. You did not listen to your father. The same genes have come in him. Friends, how long are you going to get lost in this? Very important. We have to draw a line in our life. Lakshman Resha. Thus far, not further. When you have finished your education, you have got a job or business, and you get married, and you produce children, and your children are grown up, and then they get married. Thereafter, get out of their life. Don't get involved in the lives of your children. You have destroyed your life. Let them destroy, but we want to help them. No. So important. And then alone, you will have something higher to look forward. See? Therefore, we have to clearly understand up to a particular limit, yes, Dharma Shastra. Thereafter, before somebody has to tell us, like, many people ask me this question, Swamiji, you shut your talk exactly at 1 hour, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Why so? I said, before you walk out, I should better keep quiet. Before somebody has to tell us, Swamiji, how much you charge to get out of my house? See? Every year I come and stay with Suman and Prabhat ji. क्या नाम है? Subhash ji, sorry. See? Why they receive me with such a great love and affection? They know on fifth I am going. Thank God. Before anybody has to tell us, get away, have the wisdom to live in a dignified manner. It is for this purpose, in our religion, we have Vanaprasthashram. What is Vanaprasthashram? Vanaprasthashram is you are ready to go to the forest. When you go to forest, you cannot have, where is the toothbrush? Then the wife shouts from the bed, दिखता नहीं क्या? हाँ, I got it. Then again another question. But where is the toothpaste? And she bounces again. Drop that. Vanaprasthashram is the stage in our life wherein husband and wife live like brother and sister and no more expecting or taking any service from others. Many years before, maybe 30, 40 years before, we went to Kedarnath. There were quite a good number of people, maybe 30, 40 people. And after everything was over, then I announced. I said, hey, among you, those of you who are 60 plus married, separate out and come behind the temple. So there were 3 couples, 60 plus married. And there is a very shortage of the garlands. So we had to recycle the garland. So I told, now, first couple, when you got married, that time, who garlanded whom first? So first, the girl garlands the boy, and then the boy garlands the girl. Is it not? Yes. Now you are getting married second time. But now the position will change. Now first, the husband or the boy will garland the wife or the girl, and the girl will garland the husband. They did it. Everything over. Then all the 3 marriages were redone. Then, Swamiji, what is the meaning? I said, the meaning is, so far, husband was ruling and dictating the wives in the house. Is it not? Yes, Swamiji. Now, from today onwards, it is the other way around. The ladies jumped out of their skin. Swamiji. See, all the time, dependent. Learn to be independent in life, particularly in the old age. About this, I'll tell you one experience. This happened in Pune. Many years before, I used to go to one family. They were Deshpande family, I still remember. Very lovely couple. They were like a parents for so many of us. That time I was very young. So he was healthy, intelligent, a chartered accountant, happy-go-lucky type. And his wife was a mobile exhibition of all the diseases. And she used to go always with her purse. It was like a hold on. And he always used to make fun of her. My wife doesn't take food. She survives only on medicines. And she was never complaining, always cheerful and happy. Physically unfit, but always cheerful and happy. Never complained about anything. As the time passed, she died. And this man was left behind. Now they had 3 daughters. So he started this mantra. She gave me the cup of tea in the morning. She went to her room. She kept her cup of tea on the table. and lied down on the bed, and she never woke up. This became his mantra. For how many days? Thereafter, he lived for, I think, 8 or 9 years. And for 9 years, this was the only thing that he was doing. And 3 daughters. So they used to have, really kind of thing, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. And such a intelligent, educated, happy-go-lucky, but 100% dependent on wife. The moment she departed, he became nonplus. In the old age, when the husband dies, the wife is able to manage herself, her family, and everything. But if the wife dies, husband becomes a problem for everybody. This is Kerala. Everybody. See, friends, therefore, we have to prepare ourselves in a proper manner. Let us reduce dependence on anybody in our life. Then, what will happen? First, we will be busy doing something or the other. In old age, we suffer because of excess of time. Children don't suffer. They are always short of time. We oldies, now what we'll do today? Dhokla banao. Pare Ram. Other than what I have to eat for the breakfast, what I have to eat for the lunch, other than there is no other thought. Therefore, keep yourself occupied. And what is the occupation in the old age? Upasana. So you have lived your life sufficiently fulfilled. Now go to the next stage. When we do upasana, we are having two benefits. Number one, we are kept occupied. And second thing, we are withdrawn from the world and focusing toward the divine. There is one sampradaya in Gujarat. They call it Pushti Marga. Pushti Marga means eat lot and enjoy. Pushti Marga. So they have got temples, Krishna's temple. And in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, 3:30 or so, all the old ladies, they come to that temple in that area, and Pandit Ji gives them so much quantity of the tulasi and so many flowers, and they have to clean every leaf of the tulasi, every flower properly, and on that tulasi leaf they have to write Ram with the chandan, with the sandalwood paste, and keep it. And they are given a job. You have to do it for maybe 5 lakhs. So every day, how much you do, you keep the account. So they keep on writing Ram, Ram, Ram. Therefore, when they go for satsang, there is peace at home. Because they have gone away. Keep occupied. Never have this thought, now what should I do? What should I do? Enough of this world. And when you thus become presently what we are selfish. Now we should become self-oriented. Then Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi comes in our life. Kastvam koham kutamayataha kame janani kome tataha iti paribhavaya sarvamasaram vishvam tyaktva sapna vicharam bhaja govindam bhaja govindam. And when we are busy in our reading, writing, in Pune there was one lady, I used to stay with them. She was 98 not out. And she used to be all the time in her that tiny room, and she had her own temple. And at that age, she used to read Bhagavat to Bhagwan Krishna. Her great grandson's marriage was there. So everybody wanted her to come for the marriage. She said, okay, tell me that day. And then when the time came, she said, no, today I cannot come. But you can go and get the marriage done. I cannot come. But why, Mama? Why don't you come? No, today I have to read the Sudama Charitra to Krishna. He will be waiting for me. I cannot come. So much. She was one with the Lord. Like I am talking to you, she used to talk to that God. And at that day, she will do everything herself. Bath, she will say, take herself. Then she'll wash her clothes. 70% will be dry, but she has the idea, I have washed. But they have to again wash it properly. And therefore, she was not a problem to anybody in the house because she was focusing for something higher in life. Otherwise, the same thing, children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, enough is enough. When I was having my satsang in their house, a very nice hall, and it was the first floor. So there were about maybe 70, 80, 100 people. I was speaking on Kathoparishad. I still remember that lady. And one day she also came and sat on the steps. And my satsang was going on, Kathoparishad. And after satsang was over, she went down. Then I went to her room, did namaskar to her. She says, Swamiji, you were singing Vittala, 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 so beautiful. I was lost in that you are singing. I never knew that you have such a good voice and you are dancing and singing. I was talking on Kathopanishad. She is in that intoxicated mood with the divine. See, this is what Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi is. And therefore, when you come home, do you have to ask a question, where is the house? In the same manner, when Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi came home, then he has nothing to talk. Therefore, many people have got these wrong givings that Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi observed silence. No, he did not observe silence. He has nothing to talk. Like eyes, if they are not interested in colors and forms, they have nothing to see. If ears, they are not interested in any sound, they have nothing to hear. In the same manner, when we abide in our own being, there is nothing to know, nothing to speak, nothing to hear. But many have this wrong notion. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi observed silence for 18 years. No, he did not observe silence. When his people came after 18 years, they found him out. That time it was difficult for him to talk because this organ of speech was completely unused for years together. But then he started talking slowly, slowly. What we talk? When we talk to others, either we talk about our past or we talk about their past. And when we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. As a result, we go away from ourselves. Now, why we do this thing? Because we are not happy with ourselves. We think we are incomplete. And that incompleteness prompts us To do this, to do that, to come here, to come there. Bring the past, worry the future, and compare the present. So if we want to know what is the spiritual practice, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi will address us or advise us these three things. Don't bring your past in the present. There is no need. Old people don't understand. Nobody is interested in their past. Everybody is concerned about their future. If I have got peanuts in my pocket, can I distribute chocolate? All the time, the same old thing. When we were here, we had to stop that. The secret behind it what? Past belong to your body, not to you. When you talk about your childhood, your body was a child, not you. And when we talk all the time about the past, unknowingly, we strengthen our body identification. And this is all, the whole life goes only in that. Similarly, if we talk to others, these are few formulae I have been giving in all my talks. At least sometime it may click to me. Before we talk to others on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, without efforts, you will observe Mauna. But our Mauna is what? With a paper and a pencil. Get me a cup of tea. No sugar. Talk. Simple. Don't do these cartoons. Real Mauna, Bhagavad Gita tells, Mana Prasada, Saumyatvam, Maunam, Atma Vinigraha. The real spiritual practice at the mind level is Mana Prasada. You are at peace and cheerful. In the second chapter, Bhagavan tells, Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate prasanna chetaso yashu buddhi paryavatishtate. A happy person alone can think of God. Daughter-in-law will think about mother-in-law. Mother-in-law will think about daughter-in-law. The patient will think about doctors. Doctor will think about patient. See? Slowly and slowly, this must become our own experience. Once this you catch as the spiritual practice, then you will understand the meaning of our mantra. Be happy. My logo is like this. One happy man standing, and above in English, be happy, and below in Hindi, Mauj mein raho. Looking at that logo, some Gambhirananda brand type of people, they asked me, Swamiji, don't mind. I said, no, I have no mind. You take it. Normally, the logos have nice things, like sun rays are coming, or there are two swans, or there is, ocean waves, or there is some Kamaladala lotus, or sunrise. And something is written in Sanskrit which nobody understands. That way, logo. But what kind of logo you have got? I said, tell me, logo is for whom? Logo ke liye. Logo is for the logo. Logo means people, isn't it? Logo is for the logo. They should understand or not understand? They should understand. Now tell me, what explanation you require? Be happy. See? or if something is written there in Sanskrit. What is the meaning of Sanskrit? Don't ask me, I also don't know. No need. Highest spiritual practice is this. Be happy. I am not telling you, become happy. Be happy. When we become happy, why the boy gets married? Young, intelligent, healthy, free, rich. He is not happy. Then he wants to become happy. Then he gets married to become happy. Then he regrets. Be happy. Being happy is unreasonably happy. No reason. Why are you happy just like that? Like this child is happy. Then don't worry. But we elders, we have no reason. Why are you happy? Why you require a reason to be happy? Suppose somebody comes. Gupta ji, what is the point? Yeah, today you are so happy. If somebody is miserable, we don't ask the question. If somebody is happy, we ask the question. Come on, what is the reason? Today you are so happy. So for happiness, we require a reason. For misery, it is a sthayi bhav, always miserable. Recognize this, friends. And therefore, manaprasada. And then Bhagavan says, prasanna chetaso yashu. So what is the manaprasada? Prasada means, be attentive. Prasada means, give yourself zero choice, living at zero complaint level. See how it is. Again, an example. Once I went to Bet Dwarka. That time the bridge, everything was not there. So when we went and by the boat and then the auto we went, when we reached the temple, their watchman told, Maharaj, leave everything here, run. The temple is going to be closed in another 1 minute. Then it will open in the evening at 4 o'clock. So 4 hours you will have to sit here. So I left everything with him, watchman, and ran physically. And when I went there, oh, the arti was just over. They gave the arti, we took the arti, gave prasad. Aha, so happy. For what I had gone, I could do it. Now, be attentive. When we get prasad from the Pandit ji, do we compare with others? Say, you are given him more, you give me less. No. And then when he gives the prasad, for example, he has given, let us take, something sweet, halwa, like the Punjabi Sardarji in the Gurudwara they give. So they give so much of halwa. Do we say, thoda achar hai kya? We don't ask for pickle. Meaning, when we receive something as prasad, we don't compare, we don't want to improve, we don't discard, and we feel blessed, is it not? Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. Dukkhanam hani upajayate. All your miseries are erased if you have this simple principle that whatever is necessary for us, that alone is given to us by the Lord. Nothing is given to us which is not required. See, friends, prasanna chetaso. Therefore, if ultimately all the spiritual practice means you should be happy, why not start right from here? If somebody asks you a question, how you are, don't tell the truth. How you are, I am wonderful, happy. But then word should carry that meaning. How are you? Thoda bahut happy. It should mean it. Once you take this stand in your life, you have reached at the feet of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. I was in Sri Shailam, Mallikarjunam, and there used to be one Swami Purnananda. He was having some kidney problem, so he used to have one um, bottle hanging for his urination coming out directly from the bladder. So 1 hour he was sitting, we were sitting, and I never knew him, know nothing. Then after 1 hour, the secretary told, everything is over, now you can go. So we are going out. Then he came. Maharajji told, you should go and take food in this Annashala and come and meet him. So I was very happy. Food mil gaya. After finished the food, then went to him. And he was sitting in a jhula. I sat near his feet. And then that time everything was black. Now it is decorated. So he was playing with my face, with my beard, like this. And I was crying, not miserably, but constantly weeping, weeping, weeping. Then I asked him, I said, Maharaj, what next? He told me, you are at his feet. Ultimately, your destination is Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.